Hello again, and welcome to New Ways of Being. My name is Raymond Posch, and once again, I'm going to uh, read an article to you that was written by someone else. This one was by Deepak Chopra, and it was published on January 5th of 2026. It's called "You Are Being Called to Awaken." Answering the quiet call of your true self. So I'm going to dive right in. This is continuing the theme of evolution, conscious evolution, and awakening. And so I wanted you to hear some of these ideas from someone different than Craig Hamilton, who I've been reading from for several times. Um, so you are being called to awaken by Deepak Chopra. Asleep. Life is based on the physical world. Awake. Life is based on who you really are. I'm sure you have to think about that a bit to begin to sort out what it means, but it is an explanation. It distinguishes from between being awake and not being awake. Asleep. Life is based on the physical world. Awake. Life is based on who you really are. The deepest dedication that anyone can have is to a calling. When a person says, "This is my mission," or "I've found what I am passionate about," both are strong statements. But a calling is unique. It comes sometimes out of the blue, as if from a higher power or another plane of existence. No wonder then that a calling is generally seen as religious. It doesn't have to be. In the coming year, I want to unfold a calling that applies to everyone, regardless of religious beliefs or even without beliefs. It is the calling to awaken. For many modern people, the call to awaken does indeed come out of the blue. But this isn't because waking up is arcane, mystical, or simply a poetic metaphor. And by the way, so I said this article was published in early January of 2026. And what Deepak was announcing with this article was that he was um, going to spend the whole year of 2026 talking about awakening and teaching what awakening means. So that's what this is about. Awakening comes out of the blue because modern life has turned away from it. A value system thousands of years old feels archaic, unsuited for our overloaded, stressful, distracted, and high-speed lives. Countless people have spiritual goals, but usually these remain a dream because the last thing anyone has time for is another project, no matter how valuable the project might be. Awakening isn't a project. Many changes are involved. You find yourself realigning with other people. The mind becomes quiet, more secure, more at home with itself. A word as basic as "I" gains new meaning. That might sound like a project, but in reality, the process is natural and effortless. Waking up in the spiritual sense isn't all that different from waking up in bed every morning, which no one considers a project. The first step in the process is finding a vision that will hold good for the coming year. Here is what I propose. The foundation of reality is you. As visions go, this one is radical. We are all conditioned by our age of science and technology to accept that the foundation of reality is the physical world. Who are you to challenge the mountain of evidence that supports physics and chemistry? What is your birth compared with the Big Bang, which gives birth to the cosmos? You, as a limited body and mind, aren't the foundation of reality. We must bring to light another you that has always existed, one might say, on a parallel track. It silently oversees the you that consists of a limited body and mind. It has none of your likes and dislikes. It doesn't interfere with your life history. This other you is content simply to be aware. Therefore, it is totally awake. Here, now, always, without limitation. Awakening would be happening all around us if the only thing that needed was to see this other you. We already glimpse it in moments of love, compassion, peace, joy, insight, and beauty. In those moments, the everyday self, which is asleep, flutters its eyelids and sees the other you. But inertia is powerful, and the situations we are tangled in justify the poet William Wordsworth when he declared, "The world is too much with us, late and soon, getting and spending, we lay waste our powers." If asked to name the greatest power on earth, how many people would say the power of awareness? That's why the vision of awakening is so radical. It places the source of all power in one thing: pure awareness. If pure awareness is the source of creation, it must also be your source. The logic is simple and undeniable. The phrase pure awareness sounds appealing, like pure air and water. The world's spiritual traditions have dressed it up as the eternal light or existence or the presence of God. But pure awareness doesn't sound urgent. It certainly doesn't seem to be a calling. Yet appearances are deceptive. Behind the stress and busyness of modern life, the other you never stops calling. It exerts an unseen influence on your every thought, word, and action. You can block the call or be asleep to it. Neither really matters. You couldn't exist without being connected to your source. Its call is nothing less than, get real. I am you. Stop laying waste your powers. Because awakening overturns all past experiences, it opens up everything, everywhere, all at once, to quote the title of an Oscar-winning movie. I'm proposing a year-long journey together in order to enjoy the experience of new horizons and unexpected vistas. No one is going to want to wake up unless the process brings more light than everyday life does. I hope that what I've offered as a vision and a calling makes you hopeful. For decades, I've kept with me a favorite verse from the great Bengali poet Rabindranath Tagore. The same stream of life that runs through my veins night and day runs through the world and dances in rhythmic measures. One reason to cherish this quote is that it states the truth. Another more emotional reason is that Tagore expresses the kind of exultancy that awakening should always bring. Deepak Chopra is the name of a reader-supported publication that is on Substack, and I subscribed when Deepak announced this year-long journey. To receive new posts and support my work, consider becoming a free or paid subscriber. A step forward. Every week, I'll suggest a reflection that will help nudge your awakening forward. This week, take time to listen to your calling. In a moment when you feel most alive, loved, appreciated, filled with beauty, experience inner peace, or simply feel that being here now is enough, pause and say to yourself, "Ah, this is my calling." With these words, you are acknowledging the other you that is reaching out to find you. And that's the end of the article. So, more insights and more sharing about evolution of consciousness and awakening from a different person. I talk about these things a lot, but it's really good to hear it expressed in many different ways. Deepak is absolutely a person that probably knows more about awakening, particularly from the Vedantic tradition perspective, than anyone I know. And he can express himself so well and explain. He's just a wonderful teacher, and he really provides very understandable insights. So I hope you find this helpful. I may read other versions of his. I'm reading these articles from other people in part because I'm still very consumed with such. I'm still working on the book, and the new title is "Called to Something Greater," and but I've also been very caught up in learning some really incredible new perspectives on all of this. And so I've been absorbing and absorbing what I've been studying from different people and from reading other things and from a lot of audio-based information and verbal interaction. There is a community that I participate in pretty much on a weekly basis that has been very informative as well. So I hope that you find what I'm sharing valuable. I believe that all mankind is being called to awaken. Uh, as I've pointed out so often, if you simply look at what's going on in the world, you see that something needs to change. And I've been pointing out to you for some time now that our consciousness that needs to change. And when the biggest, but actually the simplest, you know, shift in consciousness is to become aware. Becoming aware, as I've been teaching for years, is very simple. You simply stop thinking all the time, stop, become aware of something like your breathing, and stay in that awareness for a period of time. And that helps you begin to shift from excessive thinking to awareness. So, more about this in coming episodes. You have a great day and a great life.